Look, I might drink a little more than usual today because, I mean, I don't know when this is airing, but this is a shit day because it got, and we shouldn't. And if you're on the other side of the political divide and you don't care because the wrong team guy got shot, f*** you. You're what's...
That's Liberal pundit Bill Maher visibly shaken as he reacts live to the shocking news of Charlie Kirk's fatal attack. Even Maher can't brush this off as just another partisan fight. It's a wake-up call. America's been dragged into something much darker. Welcome to Nurk News. I'm Nurkish, and let's be honest, the culture shifted the day Charlie Kirk was taken from us. This wasn't just about losing one conservative voice. It was the moment people saw how poisonous the left's rhetoric has truly become. From college campuses to Capitol Hill, the atmosphere feels different now. And whether he likes it or not, even Bill Maher is starting to admit it.
You know, they're the people who don't want to talk. It's my main issue with them. And Charlie Kirk was a guy who, like, he was always talking. And I talked to him here. You know, the right-wingers say what you want about them, but they talk to you. They're not into this leftist think that the left really has much more of a, I don't talk to you, I don't want to deal with you, you're deplorable, I can't break bread with you.
Yeah.
That attitude, and like all the right-wingers, they don't have that attitude. No, again, I didn't vote for them. And Charlie Kirk and I certainly don't agree on much politically. But he sat here, he's a human being, he's not a monster.
And a husband and a father.
Yes, and I liked him. I liked them all. They're all nice people when you meet them in person, and they're not as crazy as they would, nobody's as crazy as they make them out to be. And we're never gonna solve this unless it begins with both sides agreeing we both do it.
You see, Kirk wasn't some ivory tower intellectual preaching theory. He was a fighter in the culture war, a communicator who lit up young audiences with unapologetic truths. That's how he turned Turning Point USA from a scrappy startup into a $95 million movement with over 3,500 chapters nationwide. He helped a whole generation connect with Trump's message, driving youth turnout up 15% in the 2024 election. The left hated him for one simple reason. He was effective. Instead of competing with better ideas, they doubled down on cancel culture and eventually violence. And now even Maher of all people is calling out how far things have fallen.
He was shot under a banner that said, "Prove me wrong," because he was a debater. And too many people think the way to do that, to prove you wrong, is to just eliminate you from talking altogether. So the people who mocked his death or justified it, I think you're gross, I have no use for you.
The fact is that what he made his living doing, and what he actually did quite well, made himself really good at this, was just going and talking to people on the other side, and that's what he was killed doing. He was literally in the middle of answering a question and picked up the microphone and was shot in the throat. And we do have a serious problem in this country with people who believe that violence is the proper response to speech, and that does skew young. I mean, what the polls tend to show is that of Gen Z, only 58% of Gen Z believes that there is no excuse for violence in response to speech, meaning that 42% believe that there are some times that violence ought to be a response to speech, which is deeply terrifying. I mean, on a personal level, obviously, I have 24/7 security. I've had 24/7 security for a decade. I've spoken at a lot of college campuses. I never, honest to God, thought that we were going to get to this point. Even the assassination of political figures is not the same thing as just being shot in the throat for the crime of debating issues in the public square. And I thought wrong. I thought that that's not what America is or what it should be about. And we've come to someplace incredibly dark in our nation's history.
That's why I love to have people like Charlie Kirk sit there as he did, because I'm not going to agree with most of what he says.
Yeah.
First of all, he was very Christy and all that.
Yeah.
I'm an atheist, but it's okay. He's a human being and not a dummy. And unless people get it through their thick f***ing skulls, you're going to have to talk to people. Let me tell you something, Bill. We've had over 200 guests here sitting in that chair. I would guess at least a quarter of them say something that is full-on bonkers, in my view.
Okay.
You know, you just got to get over yourself and talk to these people. And for all those assholes who are like, you know, I can't believe you talked to Trump. Okay, I'm not even going to go into why that's such a stupid opinion, but just where does it end? All right, I can't talk to him. Who's next? People who voted for him? Can I not talk to Joe Rogan?
Right.
Can't even talk to him. What about Sylvester Stallone? He's such a great guy. Stallone, Rocky. Really? I can't talk to him? Fuck off with this bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? So